I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. For he's made me glad, he's made me glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. He's made me glad, he's made me glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad.
Hello, welcome to River Reflections. We have a special program tonight, so I'm going to cut to the chase because we probably need about 5 programs for these ladies. So let's just get started, but I'm not going to start until I say to you, you're welcome to come to River of Life Ministries. If you're looking for a church home especially, you're welcome to come and visit us. From time to time, you'll probably see the statistics on the screen you need in order to contact us. So tonight and next week's program as well, we have with us the Imani singers of Grand Rapids. We don't have all of them, we just have 4 of them, but they're going to give you a song, and we're going to talk about a lot of things related to Christian music. And if you know somebody that's involved in Christian music, call them and tell them we're on right now, because you could probably learn a lot from their experience. 5 years, their current vision of Imani has been going, and you can learn a lot being a music group during that time. I would like them to introduce themselves, and I've asked them if they want to give a brief testimony in this program, or if they want to wait till the next one, that's fine. But if along with their personal introduction, they want to tell you something the Lord has done for them as well, they are welcome to. And we will start with the leader, in the sense that I've been doing all my contact information with Dr. Booker here. So you're on, my sweetheart.
Well, good evening. Good evening. We are so excited to be here. I am Ray Ann Booker. I am the director of the Imani Singers of Grand Rapids. Beyond that, I am a wife, a mother, a sister. My 8 to 5 is I work at Davenport University, and consider it a blessing to be able to work with the university leadership and the students. And I'm also a grandmother, if I did not mention that.
Ooh.
I am Pastor Jewel Lynn Richardson of New Beginning Ministries, Grand Rapids. And I will definitely tell you a testimony. In about 2006, I wasn't living my life so right and really went through a rough time. Ended up finding myself coming around after having some children. I had made friends in a new state, wasn't living in Grand Rapids at all, and just was going through a rough time. Made a very good friend, and I don't know if anybody out there has dealt with suicide, but the way that I was able to get my life back all the way on track, because I had met the Lord many, many years ago, but to really bring me back into His grace totally 100%. I had a neighbor and a friend, and I was running for the Lord. So I ran to church that Sunday, and I just knew I was doing the right thing, and I ran to the house of the Lord. And when I left and came back, she had committed suicide. And that day, that told me that I was moving in the right direction to the Lord, because I was running from those demons that was on her, and I was so glad. And it took me a minute to pull myself together, but I remember I went to church that next week, and I was like, I'm not leaving here. I'm not leaving here till my soul is right with the Lord. And ever since that day, I've been just walking with the Lord proudly, pulling it back together. Definitely a hard task to do, and I'm sure many of people that have children who go through suicide, relatives, it is something that you have to pray, renew your mind daily on Christ, and I'm telling you, He'll bring you out. I am a living witness. I can smile once again, and I remember it was many, many days of tears, many days of guilt, pain, but I tell you, that day, I ran to the Lord for real. I quit putting things down.
Yeah, good testimony. I pray that helps somebody right now.
Yes, in
Amen.
Jesus' name, yes.
Sister.
My name is Janice Richardson. I'm a hairstylist, beautician.
I have 2 children, 3 grandchildren, and I just love the Lord. I love to sing and I love the Lord.
All right.
My name is Shauna Abuya. I am newly married as of this past Saturday. So my focus right now is primarily learning how to be a wife. I serve as a Kent County Juvenile Probation Officer, so trying to fulfill that purpose. And I guess a brief testimony, because I was raised in the church, my mom was kind of strict growing up. So when I graduated from high school, I came to Calvin, and I was a typical college freshman and sophomore, and throughout my whole college career actually, just not doing the right thing for about 10 years. And I never was the one that stepped in and stepped out. When I was out, I was out. I couldn't, go to church living that way. But 2010 was one of the worst years of my life. I ended up having a stalker, a very emotionally abusive relationship where I thought I was sleeping with the enemy. I didn't know how I was going to get out of that. And I just remember praying and saying, Lord, please make me hungry for you. Please make me hungry for you. And a friend came and she invited me to her church. And slowly I just started to go. And I was like, okay, I'm liking the church. And I didn't know how I was going to get away from that guy. And then one day I got a call and God just made it so easy. And 2012 came. I turned my life back around. I got baptized. And I tell you what, I just learned that God is so faithful. Yes, and since then, the Lord in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. And I am so blessed, and I am so grateful. Yes. He is so much mercy.
Oh, I'm so happy for you that you're free, and now you're married, I assume, to a really nice guy.
Yes.
Haha, yes.
We have a new nephew.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Shauna's our niece.
That's
Our
wonderful.
niece. We're sisters, and she's our niece.
Yeah, this is family sitting right here. That's great. Well, I told you right after you introduce yourself, at least we'll give the viewers a taste of your singing a cappella. And as I said, this is just, how many more members are there than what I'm looking at?
There are 2 additional vocalists.
Yeah.
And then our eldest brother plays the keyboard, and a good family friend is our percussionist. So 2 instrumentalists and 2 additional vocalists.
We're missing. We're missing.
Yes,
this is just half the
This is
group
half
right
of the
here.
group.
Yeah, but I just sense that the Lord's going to help you do a really good job, and somebody needs to bring out the first key because it's a cappella, and they're going to sing. And Dr. Rayanne, can you introduce the song?
Yeah, I think this is a very fitting song in light of the brief introductions that we've shared, because it just reminds us that that we do encounter the highs and lows of life, but as Shauna said, God is faithful, and in the midst of it all, no matter how dark or how gray it may be, we're still blessed and highly favored.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the name of the song is Blessed and
Blessed
Highly,
and highly
Favored. I
Yes.
guessed that.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the note?
Actually, now it is taking some time to stream, but I feel confident that we could
You want to hum out loudly a note that you think is pretty close?
It's alto.
Oh, you were.
Alto.
Okay.
E.
He brought me through hard trials. He brought me through tribulations.
Never let a day go by and not realize.
Had not been for the Lord who was on my side, back was against the wall, looked out for me. He heard my cry and rescued me. So we're going to try that again.
This is a real Imani moment because
Yes.
we realized that we started the song in the wrong key,
Yes.
which would be typical of us. So we really hope that our track would start. It's still buffering, isn't it?
It says preparing file for streaming. This is how we are. We love each other.
How about this
We
one?
want to close out with the rest of it.
Oh,
Close out this
Is it ready
segment.
now?
Is it ready now?
No.
No. We could.
It was working out there.
Okay, you know what? Let me know when it works.
How about
Meanwhile,
yeah.
we'll go through some things
Okay.
and we'll get
Okay.
there. That
Good.
I'm
Praise the Lord.
dazzled by what I heard.
Right.
I'm for
Well, it'll
real.
be even better when we're all singing in the right key.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already dazzled. I might have to. Covetousness might attack me if you get much better. Anyway, I repeat
that's
that. Okay. Okay, somebody tell me about when did this group, and you're saying it got restarted in 2012.
So yeah, so in the current form, the Imani Singers of Grand Rapids began along around 2011, 2012, and it existed prior to that. In its initial form, it was called Imani, and it was myself, my sister Janice here was a part of it with 4 friends from the community, and we started that group Imani back in 1999. And then those original members got married. One, she died, and others relocated. And as a different member of Imani left town, I'd ask another family member, could you step in? We have a singing engagement. Could you come sing? And so before you know it, come 2012, 11 or 12, it was all family members.
All family.
So all siblings singing together, and 2 nieces, and we renamed the group Imani Singers of Grand Rapids. Imani is a Swahili word that means faith.
Faith, okay.
And so we're real excited. I believe that this group is ordained by God, that we didn't see it. You know, we sang as siblings growing up in our father's church. And then we all went off and started our own lives, got married, went to college, had kids and all of that. I never envisioned that I would be singing with my 4 siblings and also 2 nieces. So it's a blessing.
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
This is
Yes,
indeed
it
a
is.
blessing. It's a gift from God.
It's wonderful. It is something in a good way to wish for everybody. That covet word is the flip side of that, but it is something I think we'd all love to have at our family gatherings, and then to get to do things together. That's wonderful. Do you have a special mission or vision statement for your group?
Yes. So we often talk about as a group that we aspire to live the lives that we sing about.
Yes.
So we consider it a privilege to be able to carry God's message to God's people through song. And with that comes a great responsibility and accountability. And for us, it's not for those to be just mere words that sound beautiful, but for it to be a ministry to each other, and that ministry to be reflected in how we live out our lives each and every day. So the songs we sing should convict us to choose right over wrong.
Yes,
Yes.
and your audience.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Tell me
Amen.
about your rehearsals. Do you have a good time at the rehearsals? You wanted to share that, Pastor?
Yes, we have a
Okay.
great time at rehearsals. It is definitely something to deal with family, but the rehearsals are fellowship and worship. So we tend to start with a prayer, and we also will, do a quick devotion and do warm up. But the rehearsals are hilarious. We know that it's not perfect, but it definitely brings giggles throughout the whole family, and the giggles are just a form of encouragement to one another.
Yeah.
It's not a teasing thing. So the rehearsals are phenomenal. We do sometimes allow friends to come in and sit and join in, and so it gets to be pretty fun.
Where does it happen?
So we will rotate the rehearsals.
Each other's homes?
Yep, we'll rotate into each other's home. That way we have fellowship with one another.
And the husband can get included in this in time, right? Shauna?
Yes.
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 As long as family's okay with it. Family is everything.
One thing about the rehearsals that we really do like, especially being family, is that we know that the next generation is listening as well. So a lot of the rehearsals, if you have children, your children are there, your grandchildren, and so it's hilarious, or it's just hilarious fun in spirit to go somewhere else, and then I may see Janice's grandson on the playground at a school, and he's singing one of the songs we have in the rehearsal, and it's just it really makes you realize you're doing the work. You're really doing the work of the Lord, and it's a blessing to be able to, be witness to that.
Are you guys intentionally thinking of training some of those kids to actually, like the Pilgrim Wonders had their kids do a, did you ever see their
Yes,
kids do that?
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I do. I call them Imanettes.
Really? Okay.
Now, we all have nicknames for different things, but I usually say, well, one day we're going to have the Imanettes, come along and do something, and we'll be able to sit back and rest, or either we'll do it in conjunction with them. So, yeah, that's definitely a dream, a vision for the future of
It would have been
Imani.
fun to have those kids here.
Yes.
Yes.
And I always say for rehearsal that Imani has a life of its own.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has a life, and we want it to live longer than us.
Yeah. That's a good vision.
Yes.
We've talked about some of the things I wanted to ask you, and it won't particularly be in the order because whatever seems to dovetail of what we were saying. I'd like each of your opinion on what you think makes each person, you can talk about yourself if you want, but become a good member of the group and really add to the group. And what, now I was sharing with them when I came in, I did something in our last service that I just knew I was being bratty right afterwards. Of course, my husband informed me before I had a chance to tell him I knew I was being bratty when I did it, But you know what you add to a group, you know when you're taking away. Now, I'm not asking that just for yourselves. As I've said before, people listen and you learn things for your own groups and your own, maybe somebody wants to form a group, and we can talk about that in a minute. But what makes a good music group member, and what do people do that distracts from the group? You want to start? I'll go right through the line on this one, if that's okay with everybody.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So a really good group member is someone who's there to have reciprocity. So meaning there's something that you're bringing to the table, but you're also there with an open heart to take away.
There goes that pride
so,
down the drain. Then.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We leave pride at the door.
Yeah.
And so we look for individuals. A good member is someone who believes in the vision and mission of the organization. Someone who knows that there are not a lot of me's in this group, but it's us.
No divas.
It's us. So and we encourage each other. We support one another. A good member for Imani is someone who's open to receiving constructive feedback, not just about the songs we sing, but about the lives that we live.
All right. All right. I like that. It's kind of like a church in its own right, in
Yes.
addition to the ones you go to.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and address that same thing?
Yes, a good member for Imani, for me, is someone who really loves the Lord from the heart. So I'm looking at not just coming to get attention, not coming to just be a star of a show, but to really, truly love the Lord with all of their heart, all of their soul, all of their might. That, and also professionalism.
And what does that mean? I'm curious how you
That
define
means that you're actually loving what you do, and you're putting it as you would a job. So it would be that important to you to make sure that you're writing your appointments and you're keeping the engagements. On time, faithful.
Do what you say you
yes,
can do.
yes, be
That's what you mean by
responsible.
Okay. Excellence.
Yes,
everywhere.
excellence in every way, at least to the best of your ability.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? Before I go to her, I'm going to say this, and that is a downer for a group. If you've got somebody that thinks you are so blessed to have me.
Right.
So if they come late, they're entitled to a pass, and because, well, I'm kind of reaching down being with you in the first place, that humility
Yes.
versus
Yes.
pride thing, yeah, so it's important.
Yes.
And everybody's on time and everybody's faithful.
Yes.
Go ahead, my sister.
Okay, for me, to be a good member, it's just like a basketball team, being a team player. It's no different, just being consistent with everything that we do. Trying to bring in unity. Not being the distraction in the group. Making sure that the person that takes their time out to bring music, that we're studying the music. Very important. And then when the person gives us the note, gives us our note at the that we're remembering it, you know. And a lot of times in our group, we throw our person off because we ain't stuck.
Ooh.
You know,
there's
so
the
I'm just saying,
downside
there,
when
yes, it
somebody's
is.
being bratty.
But you know, when you're putting it, you're all into it. You're making sure that when the person takes their time out to do that, that we're studying. You know, it's no different than trying to pass your test at school, college. Study your work, and that helps the group become solid.
Take it seriously.
Yes.
Do it right. Yes.
And I agree with everyone. I would also say, for me, being positive, being uplifting, because just as positive energy breeds positive energy, negative energy breeds negative energy. And we all go through things. We all have loads. We all have different walks. So it would just be nice, you know, just to come in, and this is, if we're laughing because we mess up on a note, we weren't laughing before you walked in if something, you know, bad happened. So just actually being able to minister to each other, you know, you know, and bring joy. There's plenty of times, I know, I'll say the monkey was on my back, you know, or I had a bad moment, and I came, and then I left, and I was all right.
You were uplifted.
I was, and I was good, you know, because it's my family.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's good. You're probably the baby of the group, aren't you?
My cousin, the other niece, she's 1
Really?
year younger than me. Yep.
Really? How old are you?
I'm 33,
And how old is she?
32.
Got you. I'm a year older. That's cute. You look a lot younger than that. I was thinking you were more of a baby than what you are.
Well, thank you.
Who brings the music? Do you all bring something to the table, or who gets the music?
Yeah, I bring a good portion of the music, but also within Imani, all of the group members are writers, so we write a lot of our own music. We also, in every group member brings music as well, and then we listen to it and we decide if we feel like it's a good fit for Imani, for our, you know, our skills, or the Imani sound, because everything that sounds great is not necessarily a good fit for Imani. So really, as far as the repertoire we have, it's a reflection of everyone in the group.
Everybody, all
Everybody.
those people that aren't even here, everybody
Writes
Yes.
songs.
Wow.
Yes, we're very, very blessed with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And also, I think it's a reflection of my late mother, Gloria Richardson. When we were coming up, we were not allowed to just sing anything. If it wasn't true and we weren't living it, she would not allow us to sing. So when we were young, we wanted to sing the popular songs. You know, what was on the radio, but she was hardcore on no. If you're singing a lie, don't you get up there and do it. So that really has been instilled in each and every one of us.
And make sure it harmonizes with the Word of God.
Yes.
Because I've heard people sing a song and then I'm going, but the Bible says, and I'm like, no. Now, is there anybody in the group that's really a teacher stickler on that keeps everybody in check with making sure it works with the Word?
The doctor.
Yeah, I would say we all would. I'll just give you an example of late. So we're singing, currently we've been learning just an old Andre Crouch song that we absolutely love.
Yes.
And it's a song that says, you can depend on me. And it's a song that he developed years ago. We sang it as kids. We must have been, I'd say, between 8 and 13 years old, singing that song. And the lyrics of that song, the chorus of it says, I know you need somebody. I know you need somebody. If you want somebody, Lord, you can depend on me. Now, I understand the spirit of what that says, but I remember even as an 8 or 9 year old, those lyrics really bothered my mother. The fact that I know you need somebody. Because she always stressed upon us that, that's right, God doesn't need anybody. That's right. And she bothered. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And so we love the song.
Good for her.
We believe in the message.
For some reason.
Yeah. So what we in Imani, we say, if you want somebody, Lord, you can depend on me. We don't say, I know you need somebody.
That's good.
So
see, I'm a stickler on words too. That's really good. The little sister over there got herself a note. So you can go back to your song again.
Okay, are you gonna let us hear the track this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Stick it in the middle so we can hear it down here too.
Oh, that's wonderful. That'll work. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot all about the time. We got 3 minutes left. Okay.
Oh, this is good. This is perfect.
Good time.
Yeah.
He brought me through hard trials. He brought me through tribulations. Never let a day go by and not realize. Had not been for the Lord who was on my side, back was against the wall, looked out for me. He heard my cry and rescued me. Never let a day go by and not realize. We are blessed. Don't take it for granted that we are here today. Just know that we are blessed and highly favored. Just know that we are blessed and highly favored. As I look back through the years, as I look back through the years, oh Lord, it's so amazing. It's amazing how He kept me. What the devil meant for evil, God turned it around just for my good. I know that we are blessed and highly favored. Just know that we are blessed and highly favored.
That's wonderful. It is. It's
Gotta
just
believe it.
wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. I just want to swim in that. I need to move on, but I want to swim in it. That's just the sound, everything. I could tell you've worked hard on. I can't believe that you actually get the notes, memorize the lyrics, but that enables you then to just flow in the spirit because you got all that taken care of. That is beautiful.
Yes. The group that sang
Come here, babe. Come here. No, here. This is my husband who wants to join the
originally went to the same school that the Winans went to, high school,
the Clark
and our
sisters.
nephew Stephen went to the same school that those young ladies. You all picked a rough. Ooh, that was good for a rough.
Okay, how much time we have? Keep Pastor Robert here. Okay. Lead that 1 minute. We're going out singing.
Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills, knowing my help is coming from you. Your peace you give me in the time of the storm. You are the source of my strength. You are the strength of my life. I lift my